everyone, welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. Today I've got a book haul for you, and this is from my employee discount that I get. We get a special bonus at kind of near the holidays each year, and you get like an extra 10% or so. So I kind of went a little nuts, and I've got about 18 books here. So I'm going to split this into 2 videos, so make it a little shorter. I don't want you guys, sometimes you like long videos, sometimes some people don't, so I'll try to make it middle. So we go through them pretty quickly, but just going to go ahead and get started on it. The first one I have is actually just a finished copy of the Jasper Fforde book, The Last Dragonslayer. Now, just to show you just the gorgeous cover this has. It completely wraps around the spine. You see the dragon's tail up the back there. And that's the middle grade book, which I did a review on just recently. And yeah, I just had the advanced copy, which I'm going to give away in a giveaway in 2013. So yeah, so I just got a finished copy of that one. And then I also picked up book 2 in the Newssflesh trilogy. This is Deadline by Mira. And it's a zombie trilogy. The first one is called Feed. And the last book was called Blackout, which I already own. So yeah, I was just waiting to get a hold of this one. So I hear really good things about this trilogy, and I'm looking forward to reading it. But the only format I've seen it come in is this sort of mass market size, which I'm not too thrilled with, but that's okay. I got the first 2 at a used bookshop, and so got them pretty cheap. The next one I picked up, I think this is categorized middle grade, but I'm not positive. It's called Unspoken by Rees, Brennan, and it's book 1 in the Lindbergh Legacy. It's got a really gorgeous cover. Wraps all around there. And I'll read a little bit of the synopsis for you here. And I'm afraid it is a little bit long, so I'll try and read fast. Cammy Glass loves someone she's never met, a boy she's talked to in her head ever since she was born. She wasn't silent about her imaginary friend during her childhood, and is thus a bit of an outsider in her sleepy English town of Surrey in the Vale. Still, Cammy hasn't suffered too much from not fitting in. She has a best friend, runs the school newspaper, and is only occasionally caught talking to herself. Her life is in order, just the way she likes it, despite the voice in her head. But all that changes when the Lindberghs return. The Lindbergh family has owned the spectacular and sinister manor that overlooks Surrey in the Vale for centuries. The mysterious twin sisters who abandoned their ancestral home a generation ago are back, along with their teenage sons Jared and Ash, one of whom is eerily familiar to Cammy. Cammy's not one to shy away from the unknown. In fact, she's determined to find answers for all the questions Surrey in the Vale is suddenly posing. Who is responsible for the bloody deeds in the depths of the woods, and what is her own mother hiding? And now that her imaginary friend has become a real boy, does she still love him? Does she hate him? Can she trust him? Rees Brennan brings gothic romance kicking and screaming into the 21st century with a heroine who can take care of herself, a boy who needs to be saved, and the magical forces that bring them together and tear them apart. So, yeah, it sounds pretty cool. Looking forward to reading that. Like I said, I think it's middle grade, but I'm not certain. And then I had to pick this one up because I've been hearing so much about this. I've seen it on a lot of people's channels. And it's called Nevermore. And that's by Creagh. And again, I'll read the synopsis for you here. It sounds really good. Cheerleader Isabel Lanley is horrified when she is paired with Baron Nethers for an English project. Cold and aloof, sardonic and sharp-tongued, Baron makes it clear he'd rather not have anything to do with her either. But soon Isabel finds herself making excuses to be with Baron. Steadily pulled away from her friends and her possessive boyfriend, Isabel ventures deeper and deeper into the dream world Baron has created through the pages of his notebook, a realm where the terrifying stories of Edgar Allan Poe come to life. As her world begins to unravel around her, Isabel discovers that dreams, like words, hold more power than she ever imagined, and that the most frightening realities are those of the mind. Can she save Baron from the madness taking hold of him, or will they both be consumed by the shadows of his nightmares? So yeah, anything with Poe, of course, sounds really awesome. I'm not sure if this is going to be a trilogy or what, but there is definitely already a sequel to this called Enshadowed, and that's already been released, so got some catching up to do. It's got a really gorgeous cover. I don't know if you can see. There's even like writing along the edges and everything here. Yeah, so that's Nevermore. Then I picked up also a finished copy of Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi. I already had this as just an art copy, and I finished reading this and posted a review some time ago on my channel, but wanted to get a finished copy of it. Of course, they've changed the covers from the silver background with the girl in the white dress. Actually, this is the first time I've actually liked a cover change. I thought this is a really excellent look to the series. And I was going to say, Unravel Me is the sequel. And I think Destroy Me is the novella that's out, available as only an ebook. But yeah, really gorgeous cover. Really great, great cover design there. Then I've got sort of a post-apocalyptic type book by Jen Roberts. It's called Dark Inside. And I'll read the synopsis for you again. An ancient evil has been unleashed, and it's turning friends into murderous strangers. For those who survived the brutal earthquakes in the first wave of the killing, the world is a different, deadlier place. Society has fallen apart. No one can be trusted. For 4 teens struggling to stay alive in a world determined to kill them, it means all they have is one another, if they can trust one another, and the hope that their future holds something greater than mere survival. So yeah, really cool cover on that one too. I like the figures in the background there. And that's the back. And then it shows the sequel that's already out. This is in hardcover, Rage Within. And I'm wondering why it looks nothing at all like this design. So I hate when publishers do that. I hope they match, at least with the paperback, will match this when the sequel comes out. But yeah, for some reason they changed it. And speaking of changes, a while back I did a review for Lish McBride's Hold Me Closer Necromancer, which I bought in the hardcover. Thought it was a really cool kind of looking hardcover. About a guy who finds out or discovers that he is a necromancer. Something his mother's been hiding from him. Anyway, the sequel to this has come out, called Necromancing the Stone. And do you notice? It doesn't look at all like it. Arrgh. It's an equally interesting cover, very reflective and very shiny, but they re-released the first one with kind of a matching cover to the new sequel. But for those of us who bought the first one, anyway, but this was excellent. I actually listened to this on audio. The guy who's reading it did a fantastic job, and I wanted to get a finished copy of it. But I highly recommend it, and very much looking forward to the sequel to it. And another cover change issue a while back. I don't remember if I did a review, but this was quite some time ago that I read this book, Ashes by Lish McBride, which has a really neat, cool cover. It's a story about this electromagnetic pulse that comes and destroys all the computer equipment and anything electronic, and also kills billions of people on the planet. And it starts to change some people in strange ways. I mean, you've got zombies in here. Our main character develops some interesting powers and things. Anyway, it's going to be the trilogy called the Ashes Trilogy, and book 2 came out. And again, we have a cover change. This is just so frustrating. I mean, granted, I do like the new cover. I think it's kind of cool and interesting. Same as the first one was. But now, you know, you've got a mismatch here. And when they came out with the paperback for the first book, it matches this design. So, what are you going to do? But anyway, yeah, the other one left me with a lot of unanswered questions. It was like halfway through the book, some characters parted ways, and you never saw those other characters again. So I'm hoping we'll get some conclusion in this final book here. And the last one I'm going to do in this first half, the last book, is Magisterium by Hirsch. He's the author of The 11th Plague, which I own and have yet to read. Yes, like many books I have to get reading. So this has got an awesome cover. I mean, this is just amazing. Amazing wraparound. This figure, I'm not sure, it just really creeped me out and really intrigued me when I saw it. And of course, all the birds. That's what all that is on the bottom there. And all on the back. And it says, everything you've been told is a lie. And I'll read the synopsis for you. On one side of the rift is a technological paradise without famine or want. On the other side is a mystery. 16-year-old Glenn Morgan has lived next to the rift her entire life without knowing what might be on the other side of it. Glenn's only friend, Kevin Kapoor, insists the fence holds back a world of monsters and witchcraft, but magic isn't for Glenn. She has enough problems with reality. Glenn's mother disappeared when she was 6, and soon after she lost her scientist father to his all-consuming work on the mysterious project. Glenn buries herself in her studies and dreams about the day she can escape. But when her father's work leads to his arrest, he gives Glenn a simple metal bracelet that will send her and Kevin on the run, with only one place to go. With Magisterium, Hirsch brings us the story of a complex, captivating world that will leave readers breathless until the very last page. So, yeah, I'm intrigued to find out what this rift is and what's on the other side. So it sounds really cool, and definitely grabbed my eye. This is definitely a cover buy. Yeah, I can't wait to get started on that one. So that's the first half of my book half. So you will see me again shortly afterwards. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.